David Bruno. Welcome back to Max Statman Podcast, Episode 3, Damalu channel. Here, always with my boy, David Bruno from Montreal.
And
What's going on, buddy?
Lucky Luke Luciano.
Lucky Luciano.
Yes, sir.
I think Juventus were the lucky ones today. What the hell happened, bro? What a crazy, last, I don't know, what was it, since Sunday? So last 3-4 days it's been. Ups and downs. It's just, the last 4 days have been basically what I've felt this whole season. Just one day I'm just so depressed, mellow, don't care, don't even want to watch a game. And then today you put on a game and then you see this performance.
Fire came out.
And it's not even that it was it's not even the fact that we won the game. It's just how special the day. We go from losing 3-0. They showed up. We go from losing 3-0 to Milan on Sunday, and it's not that we lost to Milan. We got our asses kicked, dude. We got destroyed.
Handed to us.
We look like a mid-table club. We look like a mid-table club. Not even a mid-table club. We look like a team struggling for relegation. We look like Torino. Well, not like Torino, who lost 7-0 today. But dude, half as bad. We looked half as bad as Torino. So to go from a crazy day like that to what today was, it's incredible. And like I said, it's not about the win. It's about the day it was. We have Buffon, who just before this game, I think it was yesterday, we got the reports, I think from GiGi Buffon himself, basically on Twitter saying, yeah, that's it. He didn't say he's done as a career. He said pretty much I'm done with Juve. And then
so depressing. When I saw that, I mean, to be honest with you, Buffon is a big reason why I became a Juve fan.
Yeah, you told me this.
World Cup 06. I grew up a hockey guy. Out here in Canada, I'm no longer a hockey guy anymore, even though I played Leafs. 15 years.
I'm missing the Leaf game doing this friggin' thing. That's how much I love Juventus. That's how much I love the viewers of Max Statman. Missing a Leaf game for this.
Habs will take him out in the playoffs, but that's another story. So it's all about Juve, and it's really sad news to lose a legend like that. And as you can see, all year, I think he's undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. Buffon, he just brings that leadership to the back end. He organizes the players, and it's something that Szczesny does not bring. I've been vocal about it all year. I'm glad to see him in nets. I'd love to see him in nets next game. I doubt it'll happen because
first scoring chance Sassuolo had today. I don't know if we were watching the same feed. I think we were both watching the DAZN feed. You see him coming screaming out of the net. I don't know who he was yelling at. It didn't show specifically who he was yelling at. But the fact that this guy has the courage, well, obviously he has the courage, to come out and yell at guys like that. And they're listening, because what do we do right after that? What do we do right after that, right?
We bounce back.
We bounce back.
And
grinding. This is the thing I'm so scared of. We don't have this anymore. We're not gonna have this anymore.
No. And it's basically like having a legend on the field. So there's a Ronaldo effect. You have the legend on the field. Everyone around him plays better. But think about that factor defensively. You have Buffon on the pitch, right? Buffon has seen it all. He's been to finals. He's won finals. He's lost finals. He knows. So when he speaks, you're gonna listen to him. You're gonna present yourself in a way where what he tells you to do, you're gonna make sure you damn well do it. That's what Bonucci has not been doing to the back end this year, unfortunately.
We've seen the Bonucci haters all over Twitter, and they make the point that ever since Bonucci has been the leader of this, or the captain of this club, I'm not even gonna call him a leader. Look what the results have been, right? And every time Buffon is in net, he becomes the de facto captain even though he doesn't have the badge. And it's like, holy shit. Look what kind of team we could be if Buffon was just our leader. If I'm the board, if I'm the front office, if I'm Agnelli, I'm looking at this guy and saying, we have to sign this guy up. Not do it the Pirlo way and put him right away with coaching the A team.
No,
but
they need to grow.
To under 23.
We learned from that.
This is a guy I want as Juventus coach, but it has to be done the right way. It has to be done the right way. And what made me so okay? The first time Buffon left, I remember the first time Buffon left. It's a different emotion. It's both very sad, but it's a different type of sad. That one was like a sad, can't believe it's over. This one is more like feels like a girlfriend just dumped us.
We know it's over for good this time.
Because he didn't say, "Oh, I'm retiring from the game." He's to me, I don't know.
He might go back in the game and then he's with another person. Right?
Exactly. Well, reports came out. Reports came out that Buffon was what was the reports that it was the club that had decided earlier in the year that they weren't going to go with Buffon. And then now Buffon, I was hearing after the game that he had made this decision in his brain in January. So for me, this was Buffon looking at all his options and saying, why do I want to stay with this club? Right?
They seem to be heading in the wrong direction. And if
Juve is saying, yo, we wanted to go in a different direction. And Buffon is saying, we wanted to go in a different direction. You understand what I'm trying to say here?
Oh, yeah.
It's like who's telling the truth, and if it's Buffon who's telling the truth, that's what it doesn't break my heart as a Buffon fan. It breaks my heart as a Juventus fan, as a Juventus Stanley. Okay, Stanley is a word we use for fanboys on this show. So as a Juventus Stanley, it bothers me because it's like basically Buffon saying, "Yo, I've been here my whole career, my whole professional life almost. I don't like what's going on at this club. It's time for me to bounce." That's what it feels like for me. And that's why it's so depressing, because it's like, how did we go from 9 straight Scudettos, making Champions League finals, and now all of a sudden you have the legend of the club saying, yeah, this club's just not good enough for me anymore. That's what it feels like.
Yes, I hear you, but it's different because last time it was like Buffon in his head, he wanted to leave because it was the last chance to win the Champions League. And he went to PSG. And he went to go play with Mbappe. He went to go play with Neymar, Verratti. A lot of other champions, right? But this time, he's potentially going to lower league teams. He just wants the minutes, which he should have had this year. We didn't play him enough, and we may have had him save our asses in other games and gained us a valuable 3 points in certain games throughout the season. If he played a little bit more, that's my feeling.
Okay, other side of the pond, transfer man. Where do you think he should go then? Who's looking for a club in your beloved EPL?
I heard something about Bologna. Maybe interested in him in Serie A. Now, do you think he could play for another Italian team?
Of course I do.
Do you think he would go to England? I really don't know. I saw something about potentially...
Selfishly, I'd like him to come to MLS so me and you can go to a game together, and me and you can be in Montreal or in Toronto with our Buffon kits and just excuse the language, rocking the Buffon kits, yelling at Buffon, trying to get his attention. That's the dream for me.
Stanley.
Yes, sir.
You might get your wish because there are news or rumors, very speculative, saying that he might go to the MLS or the Middle East. So if we know Buffon at one point,
as soon as you said the Middle East, it reminds me of our boy Jovinko, who everyone knows, Juve Academy member who went to play for the big club and did well, and then went to my other favorite football club, Toronto FC, which lost to Montreal. That's another story.
Like I was saying, Buffon likes to stardom, so I could see him going somewhere in America. Maybe
could you imagine him at a club like Toronto?
Maybe he goes to Miami. Higuain, Matuidi, Beckham franchise. You never know. He'll be on our side of the pond this time.
Want to move on to the game?
Let's go.
Jeez. So, I don't know. From a neutral's perspective, this has got to be one of the most entertaining games. One of the most entertaining Juventus games of the season. And for many reasons. It wasn't just because of Juventus. I mean, Sassuolo looked like the better team in the first... Well, were they the better team, Bruno?
Part of the first half.
We were talking about this in the chat, and you were like, wow, Sassuolo looks great. But I was pointing out, I don't know. It's just... Sassuolo are creating the chances based on Juventus turnovers.
Yes. It was...
and it wasn't coming from just one or two... Like, the whole team was turning the ball over.
Yeah. There were a couple of, I remember Delict on our edge of the box. That was a bad one. Rabiot, tons of giveaways throughout the game, but he made a couple of great passes on the offense. We'll get
He
to that
did.
later.
He did.
Yeah, we weren't doing well.
We were lucky
And
because Jeremy Boga should have had at least 2 goals
oh yeah,
in the first half.
that's what I mean. Basically, we were allowing Sassuolo to play their game and to just continuously apply light pressure on us. They were always in our end. They were always creating, always cycling the ball, always getting the passes back and creating chances, but they couldn't finish them. So
I thought till after the first 10 minutes, yes, maybe 20 minutes, but Juve looked to be doing the same thing, no?
they were a bit slower. I found when we would attack Sassuolo, we would kind of put a bit of urgency into our chances. So a 1-2 pass, and then we try to take a shot rather than allowing Sassuolo to literally continuously pass the ball for a minute, almost 2 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I might be exaggerating, but in our end of the pitch,
It felt like that. Dude,
but
it's been
again,
feeling like that the
didn't
whole
come to
year.
anything. Yeah, exactly. It really has felt like that the whole year. We're just felt like we got beat up a lot this year. But right, you've probably seen Rocky, so I mean, this isn't our Rocky year this year, but hopefully next year is.
And then
Get up and
Rabiot scores his annual yearly banger. Well, no, this was his second banger. He had that first one where he cut into the box and scored that beautiful left foot. But today's goal, what did you think about that, Dave?
it was nice. I did enjoy it a lot, of course, because our man Freddie Church made the pass.
Yeah.
Right from the right side. Rabiot just walked in. What I like the most is that I don't recall the name of the defender, but he went in for the tackle. Rabiot did the fake kick. He waited. He was patient. Bottom right corner. That's it. Goal.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that in the first 20 minutes, I was wondering where the hell Dybala was. Like I was like, where the hell is Dybala? Where is Dybala? Like I was thinking that this would be perfect. We have Ronaldo and Dybala on the pitch together. Imagine if they get 100 on the same day. Can you just imagine? And for a while, I was like, yeah, that's not going to be a reality. I mean, Ronaldo didn't look a factor. Dybala didn't look a factor. But then all of a sudden, and it wasn't just all of a sudden just those two. I mean, I thought Kulusevski, I thought Dybala, I thought Ronaldo, I thought Chiesa looked like they look like 4 forwards today, just a force going up front all game. Just all game. It looked like those 4 together looked like something when the season started, what we wanted to see. And I think a lot of fans felt the same way too. I mean, Kulusevski took a lot of heat. I mean, if we can get Kulusevski playing on the left side the way he did today,
it's good.
Like, let's talk about who got the first. Oh, well, let's get to Ronaldo's goal first. I mean, perfect first touch, brings the ball down onto his left. He beats his man, but he's basically around the penalty spot area. He has no choice but to use his left foot. And what does he do? Just that perfect pass into the left side of the net, into the onion bag.
I loved it.
Loved it too. It was incredible.
It was so perfect to be like 100th goal. And the best part about it was just that heavy touch. Just that heavy first touch because he knew he was gonna
he knew
just play left and go around the defender, bang. And it was just so calm. It was natural. It felt really natural, you know what I mean?
Yep. And so we went from a first half of feeling like this is gonna be just like the other games to all of a sudden at halftime, we're up 2-0. And I'm all excited. Before the game, me and David Bruno were talking, and he had messaged me on WhatsApp, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, I'm just walking back from Tim Hortons. Got me a couple of chicken sandwiches."
Yeah. I missed the first 5 minutes of the game, so we were watching the game on his stream, but I was 5 minutes behind him.
Here's the best part.
We spoiled something once.
But here's the best part. Here's the best part that the audience doesn't know yet. I was at the time that he sent me this message. I had just got into my house with a Tim Hortons crispy chicken sandwich. Yeah. And if you haven't never had a crispy chicken sandwich, it's basically a McChicken, but on a nice Kaiser bun with lettuce and this, I don't know, special Tim Hortons sauce. It's really good. So I put it in the oven. At halftime, I went downstairs. I ate it, feeling great, energized, great crispy chicken. Came back for the second half, and things look good for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, take us to Sassuolo's goal.
So that we were unorganized then. It's almost as if Bonucci was trying to cover the man on the right.
Yeah. Well,
He wasn't
we were
following
talking
the
how
play.
we were trying to figure out whose fault was this, and to me, it looked like De Ligt was the only man back. I mean, Rabiot was kind of like what we would call in hockey terminology. He looked like he was just floating, right? And there was no other midfield there. It seriously looked like De Ligt was all alone. And when the pass came in, Bonucci was just too slow and too late.
It was, yeah, but it was. You gotta admit, it was a nice goal. Like
It
the pass.
was a great goal, yeah. The pass came in from what, Locatelli?
Yeah, off the quick 1-2 though.
Yes, off the quick
So it was
one.
it was a quick 1-2, and then Locatelli made the final pass, and it was a great goal.
So Sassuolo scored that goal.
Buffon couldn't.
No.
Well, you can't fault him at that. He guessed it,
No.
but
No.
he guessed
No.
it right. But
Did we even talk about Buffon's? We talked
Penalty,
about Buffon, and did we get to the penalty?
we did not talk about the penalty.
Okay, let's just talk about that penalty for 1 second. And before I even talk about it, I was listening to I had our boy Beppe listening to him doing his live today. And he was saying on the live, I swear to God, he was saying, he's going to stop it. Watch, he's going to stop it. And I swear to God, I had that same feeling too. And sure enough, he stopped it.
It was great.
This just added to the perfect day of, okay, we got that stop. Ronaldo at halftime, he scores 100. It's 2-0. Day's feeling good. Sassuolo ties it. So how did you feel after Sassuolo, not tied it, sorry, they got their goal. So how did you feel when Sassuolo got their goal? Did you feel like, crap, here we go again?
Honestly, pretty much every other game I would have been worried. Today I wasn't really worried.
Yeah, I wasn't worried either for some reason.
It's do or die at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's do or die. So clearly the team, do you want to be losers in the end? No. We want to win. It's Juventus, the winning mentality, which we haven't completely seen all year. But at the end of the day, once you're 2-0 up, they score a goal, it's no, you got to get a third goal right away. We need to stay dominant. And I feel Juventus, after their second goal, they were really starting to... You were starting to see Juve. They were creating. They were really trying to make chances. There were a couple of shots that were close, just went off. Ronaldo hit the post, right? Classic Ronaldo, triple step over.
And you saw the Ronaldo Stanley fanboys online freaking out saying, if he would have scored that, and I was feeling the same way too.
No, you
got
unlucky. You got unlucky.
Let's talk about the nice goal that did happen though. That beautiful pass came in to Kulusevski, who's on the left side, playing incredible today, and he had the man there, Dybala, but he was just all the way on the other side. So it would require the most perfect of passes to get, obviously
it was a beautiful cross. It was just floating in the air.
Yes. Floating
in the air, just waiting for that.
Yes. And even though there was still work to be done for Dybala, I had so much confidence that he was going to finish it off. I was like, this is going to require a nice chip. But even before the chip happened, I'm saying to myself, he's going to do it. He's going to pull it off. And sure enough, he did. And what a perfect day. You have Buffon and his last game of the season. Last game of the season. Well, last game of the season, last game for you.
I hope it's not his
last. We'll get into that in a second. But we have Buffon with his last game for Juve making that amazing save. Like the game could have went south right there, and he makes that amazing save. So I mean, this game will always be remembered just for that alone.
That was a turning point in the game. That's when we started waking up.
So the fact that we started getting up. That's when we started waking up. The fact that Buffon made that save on possibly his last game ever for Juve, possibly his last game ever. We don't know, right?
I hope not.
Ronaldo gets 100.
I hope he plays Bologna.
Yeah.
They say Coppa Italia. We'll see.
Ronaldo gets 100. Dybala gets 100. What a day! Like I mean,
Buffon saves a penalty. Probably his last penalty ever.
Even if we finish fifth and we're outside of the Champions League, okay, that's gonna make a lot of people upset, including ourselves. But like, at least we had this day, man. At least we had this day this season.
Yeah, those two Juventus achievements, and then Buffon probably saving his last penalty is just. It was an amazing way to win the game today, especially after the season we've been having. It's nice to have some good, right? It was a very nice moment.
Yep. So
Yeah.
the question has to be asked, Dave. Napoli, we already saw them won yesterday, so they were 4 points up on us, and then we got it back today. And then obviously with Milan beating us on Sunday the way they did, they pretty much looks like they're going to lock up a Champions League spot and that third spot. So now it's between us and Napoli. And Napoli, I think they have what? Who do they have left? Fiorentina, I know for sure. I don't know who the last game is. I'll look it up in a second. But
We've got
I don't know.
Fiorentina coming up.
Hopefully, Mr. Camiso's boys can do us a favor and get us can get a W for us, or else. I mean,
Vlahovic.
destiny isn't in our own hands, dude. Destiny isn't in our own hands anymore, and that's what I hate the most. It's that helpless feeling.
Yep. It's a bit difficult to just sit there and be a little bit helpless at the end of the day and hope other points drop teams because we drop too many points throughout the year.
I'm going to stick with my original prediction, and I'm going to say, I'm sorry, Juventini. Please don't hit the dislike button. Please. But I don't think we're going to do it. We don't have destiny in our own hands. We don't. Napoli does, and Napoli knows what they have to do. And I think Napoli are going to do it. And that leaves us in 5th in the Europa League.
We've got Hellas Veronas as well.
What do you think, Bruno? You said
the last team Napoli is playing.
You said earlier in previous episodes, you said that we were going to the Champions League. No way, for sure. And I said, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. So what? Are you changing your mind now? You still feel the same way?
I'm less optimistic, to be honest with you. It's I really hope so. But at the end of the day, Napoli win those 2 games. We need to beat Inter. And we need to beat Bologna. We need to take 6 points.
Excuse me. Merda.
Merda. It's true. I owe a couple of dollars to the Merda jar.
Let's talk about that game for a second on Saturday. We heard what happened. I don't know what happened with Merda today, but I heard reports earlier yesterday. I don't know if it happened for a fact, but I heard that Merda was going to rest their players for this game because Antonio Conte, we all know the story early on in the season, with the middle finger and all that. And you know this would be the cherry on top of his Scudetto that he got on year, just to bury Juventus. Because Juventus lose this game, it's over, right? So he could be the one. He couldn't be the one to put that final nail in the coffin.
Well, they won 3-1 today. So, yeah. Against Roma. So, Roma is kind of out. We know that. It's really between us and Napoli. We need to pray, hope that we win the next 2 games. Napoli drops points in at least one of them.
I don't see it, Dave. I don't see it. And okay, let's see who Napoli has coming here. You got Fiorentina on Sunday.
Hellas.
So that's 6:30 a.m. That means I'm not going to see the game. That means I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to flip on my phone and I'm either going to get good news or bad news.
And then you're going to watch the game. And then we're going to talk about it.
Jesus.
So let's hope it's good news.
Yeah. And then Napoli Verona to be announced, the game. Oh no, sorry. It's May 23rd. So yeah, the last day of the season, Verona. That's a W for Napoli. So it's going to come down to, can Camiso's boys do us a favor? Can they do us a solid? I mean, in the end, would it be the end of the world if Juve didn't make Champions League and we went to Europa League? Because I think it would spring on something that's had to happen for a long time. That
it's like a reset.
I think Ronaldo was a big Band-Aid. You know what I mean? He's just a huge Band-Aid covering a lot of flaws that this team had. And because of Ronaldo's salary, we were never going to be able to build around him. So would it be so bad to finish 5th and officially be out of Champions League and then have to, maybe look at ourselves in the mirror and say, you know what? Maybe it's now's the time to do a complete and total rebuild. Because like I tweeted out on the Statman account on Sunday, I said this is completely unacceptable.
Oh,
A
yeah,
total
of
and
course.
complete rebuild is necessary now,
Oh yeah, of
right?
course. And
And
we need to build around the young guys. Kulusevski, Delict, Chiesa. We need to keep our young guys. We need to build around them.
but
Arthur,
here's
keep
the
him,
thing,
add to
Dave.
the midfield.
Here's the thing, Dave. If we don't make top four,
People may
what does
wanna
that
leave.
what does that but so what if they leave? What does that say about Mercato? What about says about the players that we're trying to bring in?
Well, that
Right?
obviously it's a no-brainer. It completely messes up plans. And why do you think there's rumors of Locatelli to PSG right now? When everyone knows that Locatelli was interested in Juventus,
Yep.
and Juventus obviously want Locatelli. So
Yep.
if you put it that way, I mean, we kind of need the Champions League for these players. So our Mercado could
Donnarumma
could
gone.
definitely get messed up. Yeah, Donnarumma is his ultimatum is Champions League. So he might at that point just accept the lower salary and Milan win, and we help them win. So
Yep.
let's move our asses into a Champions League
He
spot.
still hasn't signed though, and that's what made me so curious as to, you would think after that game Milan would put an offer on the table to Mino, and Mino would be like, yeah, this is good.
Sure.
And maybe an announcement would have came. Like, that would have been amazing for Milan. They beat us 3-0, and then the announcement of Donnarumma came. But it still didn't come.
No. And I think at this point he's just waiting until the end of the year and
Just waiting for the end of the year.
summer, maybe go on a couple of weeks vacations, check his messages. Oh, how many teams have bid on me? Make a decision at that point, right?
Yep.
He's had ample time to decide to sign that contract. They're lowballing him, right? They're offering him 8 million. He's getting paid 6. He wants 12. Offer him 10. Maybe he'll settle. He'll stay. You made Champions League. But let's stop talking about AC Milan.
Let's talk about Pirlo.
Fuck AC Milan. Pirlo. Yeah.
Now we
Good game
heard
today.
good game today. We heard
Bad game last game.
rumors. We heard rumors after that Milan debacle that I believe it was Paratici and Nedved
Were
arguing in the parking lot, and it was pretty much over. Paratici wanted Pirlo
Tudor.
out.
Yeah.
He wanted Tudor in and Pirlo out, and
For the last 4 games.
and Nedved was sticking by Pirlo.
That's right. So they butted heads about that. They can't seem to agree. Nedved's been backing Pirlo for the past couple of weeks publicly.
What does that mean, though, Dave? Does that mean Pirlo's sticking around for next season too, even if we don't make Champions League?
They've been saying that Pirlo and Ronaldo are sticking around. So
That's
making-
what's been coming out. Yeah,
not making Champions League.
I can't see that, though. I can't
It's
see
a game
that.
changer, right?
yeah.
That changes everything. So at the end of the day, you think
So
Ronaldo?
Ronaldo gone.
Does Ronaldo want to go to Europa League and win his first Europa League title of his career?
Yeah, okay.
Probably not. Probably
Ronaldo's
not.
gone. Ronaldo's gone. And let me tell you something. If we don't get
We
in the
can't
top
even
four,
afford him at that point.
we can. If we don't, because we're
We
not
need
getting
that
Champions League money. We
money.
need that Champions League money. That's why we're trying to go to the Super League in the first place.
Or also because of COVID, May 27th, we'll see if Exor is putting money into pumping money into Juve, right?
Yo,
Since
here's
that
how
last
crappy
meeting.
here's how crappy the tabloids are, though, Bruno. Before we get to that, the tabloids had Ronaldo going to Man U, and now they also have Paratici going to Man U. Paratici was never a fan of Ronaldo. We know he didn't want we know that Marotta didn't want Ronaldo. And Paratici now in the offseason, we know he was suggesting to sell Ronaldo. We know that. So now Paratici is going to go to Man U and take Ronaldo with him. You see that happening?
It's just fairy tales, love stories, right? You think he's really going to return to Manchester United? Marcus
I don't know.
Rashford plays on the left.
That's true.
Cavani
but
Cavani
just
as the striker
re-signed.
a second time. Re-signed. I mean,
How about those Lisbon?
if they sell Martial, maybe. But that's more other side of the pond. This,
How about
this
those?
is Juventus.
Yeah. How about those Sporting Lisbon rumors?
I'm kidding.
You think he's gone to? You think he would go back to Sporting Lisbon? I mean, if he would go back to Sporting Lisbon, that'd be a disaster for us too. It's like how are we gonna get funds from Sporting Lisbon for Ronaldo?
At the end of the day, Ronaldo decides what he wants, and the team, I believe, will give in to what he wants just because of the player he is and what he's done and what he's brought. But I don't see him going back to Sporting. I see him continuing another 2 years in a competitive league, and then maybe going 1 season Sporting and retire.
No, I think he's going to go to MLS. I think he's going to go to MLS. His son was American born, right?
It's very possible.
And he always says he would want. I could see him ending up in LA.
He has said it at one point, I believe. Yeah.
So Ronaldo, we're not in top 5. He's gone. We've made that decision.
Maybe him and Buffon, they join forces next year in the MLS, take over.
So Pirlo, is he gone? If we're not top 4?
Yeah, I think so. If we're not top 4, of course.
No. Okay, this is my thinking. People were saying, "Oh, if he makes top 4, he's gonna stay. He'll earn his position." But that's not my thinking. My thinking is, well, if he doesn't get top 4, if he does get top 4, do we want to take the chance with him again next year and continue down the same road?
I get it, because it's a risk in Champions League at the same time.
And if we're outside of top 4 and we finish 5th, should we just keep Pirlo? Because what's the point of bringing in another manager? We're not going to get a top tier manager to coach a Europa club. So the way I see it, Pirlo has a better chance of staying at Juve if we finish 5th rather than 4th. That's what I think.
It's a good way to look at it. Look, I believe Pirlo will be a good coach at one point.
At one point, yeah.
When he was appointed,
we've seen signs this year. We've seen signs this year.
Yes, exactly, we have. But there's you got to factor in. There's the team. There's the COVID. There's all the injuries we had. We didn't have a full team for most of the year. Yep. Who even knows? This is speculation, right? This is not confirmed. But there's the Amazon Prime documentary. Maybe that could also be applying pressure to them. It could be.
Can't wait till that comes out, buddy. I was about to cancel my Amazon subscription. I was about to cancel it. I share an Amazon subscription with my parents and my aunt, and I got phone calls from my parents asking me to cancel it, and I said nope, can't be canceled. What are the odds, dude? We got Amazon Prime, Juventus coming out at the exact same time as the Toronto Maple Leafs are on Amazon Prime. So I'm from Toronto, so that's my hockey club. So my football club and hockey club are on the same time.
The Merda of hockey.
Oh Jesus! I'll give you that one. All
right. So basically, yeah, you should keep it, watch it. I doubt it'll be as good as the Netflix Juventus series. That was a good year. We won.
You think we're gonna get behind the scenes of Pirlo sacking if it does happen?
No.
Wow, that would be interesting television.
Him walking out with a box. I don't even want to joke.
Could you imagine?
Pirlo was one of my favorite players ever, and I still respect the man. I can't. We're just joking around here, guys.
So I have to ask: if it's not Pirlo, who do you see next year?
So everyone wants Allegri. There's a lot of talk of Allegri. I'd like to see Zidane.
I think the only way we get, dude, this is how I see it. This is how I see it. Top 4, we have a chance. We have a chance at Zidane.
Possibly, yeah, exactly.
I think we have a chance at Zidane. And if we can get Zidane, you sack Pirlo and you bring that guy who won 3 in a row. You bring that guy who won 3 in a row. And you stop being cheap, okay? We know Conte has called us cheap in the past. He made that comment about wanting to eat at a $100 a play restaurant with only $10, $5, whatever in our pockets. And you know what? Juventini can be pissed off about that comment, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. How many times have there been Pochettino was available? Nope. Right? How many times has Tuchel was available? No. How many times has this happened where Juventus cheap out on managers? I mean, looking back in hindsight, we shouldn't have sacked Allegri. We shouldn't have done it. For what? To bring in Pep Guardiola? Oh, we couldn't get Pep, so now we got to go with Sarri? That was the plan? Couldn't get Pep, so we got Sarri. And now they sack Sarri to go for Pirlo. All to go back to square one to bring back Allegri. Now, I don't think we're going to get Allegri if we finish top 4. But like I said, if we're outside top 4, we finish 5th. I think it's going to be either Allegri or Pirlo. And you know what? If we bring Allegri back, folks, maybe because I'm older, I'm a little bit more patient, it's not the end of the world. We came back from scandal in 2007, right? Serie B, back to Serie A, and then from Banter era to Conte winning 4 in a row, and then Allegri winning 4 in a row, right? Like, that happened. So it's not the end of the world that we finished 5th and we're outside. That could be a good thing. It could be a thing of bringing back Allegri, and finally Allegri might have the project that he wants. Bring in all new guys, young guys, and he can mold them and shape them and really, create his own type of player.
I know a lot of people are against the Ferguson idea of power for Allegri.
I'm not.
I'm not against that. I'm
Neither
all
am
for
I.
that. Because look at it.
The only way I would want Allegri back is under that circumstances.
Yeah, but hang on. The coach is your tactician, right? The coach is your general, right?
Yep.
So if you're giving him what he wants, don't you think he'll perform better?
100%.
Will you not get better results?
100%. But if there was any coach in Italy that I would give that type of control to, it would be Max Allegri. It would be Max. He would need the right players. He would need the right players because we've seen in the past with some players he's had. We remember his relationship with Dybala wasn't so strong, so he will need his type of players if he's going to do it his way. But in a type of project like that, and I'm not saying this as an Allegri Stanley. I'm not an Allegri Stanley. I'm not an Allegri fanboy, folks. I'm not. I didn't support him exiting the club, but I was optimistic to see something new. I was at the time. So for me to say to bring Allegri back, it's for 2 reasons. One, because we're out of options. How many top managers are there? And we need a top manager for this club. Enough is enough, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the second reason is, if we're going to bring back Max, I believe in this Ferguson-style project for him.
Yeah,
I know this may never. I know there's some Juventini yelling at the screen right now saying, "Oh, that would never happen. This guy's an idiot." Yeah, we know. We know how the management is for Juventus. But let's just imagine it did happen. I think it would work. I think it would work. It's time for Juve to stop being stubborn.
Yeah, it's time for us to stop being stubborn, and it's time for us to basically get our get that mindset that we're supposed to have here as at Juventus.
Yep.
Winning is all that matters at the end of the day. So let's continue to demonstrate that on and off the pitch.
Yep.
Yep.
Bruno.
We do it.
Bruno, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, it's about that time.
I'm starving, dude. I got chicken and rice downstairs, and I'm about to go heat it up and put some lemon sauce on top of it with some nice hot sauce.
Awesome.
I'm going to open up a nice bottle of red wine, and I'm going to give a nice little toast to Buffon on his final appearance for Juventus, and I'm going to say fino alla fine. David Bruno, any last words?
We celebrate the W today. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you very soon.
And I just want to say before we go, a special hello to all our brothers and sisters in
Rwanda.
Yeah! Ciao, boys. Ciao.
And everywhere else.
Ciao,
Have
guys.
a great one. Ciao, guys.
Fino alla fine.
Forza Juve. Always.
Always.
Ciao, ciao.